Hey, Lady Prophetess. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Hello, hello, hello.
You the first one in the
What's
room.
going on?
What's poppin', everybody?
Well, I was going to say, Joseph, that thumbnail looked like you had hair.
No.
I was like, when did you get dreads, child?
No hair for me.
Ooh,
You the only one with hair.
I should have got me a soft drink before we
You want a
started.
little sip?
Mm-hmm. I need something to
Well,
clear my throat.
this is better for you.
Oh.
It's good, ain't it? You want more? Because you know I only want the ice.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Me.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Monte. Hey, Reese Cup. I don't know.
Hey, Reese Cup. What's going on? What's shaking? What's popping? Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Get in here. We got a whole lot of stuff to talk about.
We do?
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Oh, okay.
We got a lot. We got to talk about some hot topics.
Well, first we got to talk about how your day was and my day because we actually wasn't together.
I want to know what my day was like, honey.
Well, you don't got to get into all the detail.
No.
You need to go underneath. Oh.
Please don't remind me.
You hearing Tremel blowing air through his lips, Reese Cup?
Yes, I'm trying to work my vocal cords. Me. You know how you gotta do your crescendos. Yeah.
I don't know about all that. They should just make us sing "Ma Made Me Mo Moo."
No, honey, we didn't do that. There were no moves in the room, child.
Yes, we just had to sing "Ma Made Me Mo Moo." Ma made me mo moo.
No, we should go. Oh.
Same thing.
Yeah, it was the same thing.
Same scale.
I know scales. I went to school.
I'm saying it was the same scale. Because sometimes we did that.
Is Melissa in here yet?
No.
Because I need to speak to Melissa. I really, really need to speak to Melissa. So Melissa, if you are what? Well, she probably be in.
Or Lisa.
I need to speak to Melissa or Lisa Schulman. If I don't speak to them tonight, I'm going to send them a text, honey. Yes.
Reese Cup might be able to do it.
No, Reese Cup can't do it.
No, because she's
in Connecticut.
Yeah. Good evening.
Oh, yes, she called our name right tonight. Oh, thank you, Reese Cup. She said the TheMKingz.
Yes, because that's who we coming back as
the
in
TheMKingz. Yes,
July.
Yes, and we got a new show coming. We got to tell them about the new show that we got coming. We got a whole new show coming, a whole new show segment coming, and we got a lot to talk about tonight. A whole lot.
Okay.
So you ready to get started?
We can get started.
Okay. Well, good evening, everybody.
It's people in here. They just being quiet. They're in the bushes.
11:42. Good evening. Good morning. Because by the time we get finished with this, it's gonna be morning. It's gonna be midnight. But we got a lot to talk about tonight. Hopefully you guys that have come in already, you have hit that like button. Don't maybe have to come find you to hit the like button. Don't maybe have to come find y'all to hit the like button. Don't make me have to come find y'all, honey. Because I will come find you, honey, and say, excuse me, Miss Girl, Miss One, did you hit the like button? Are you trying to get beat back like a birthday cake? Hit the like button when you come in.
And if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe.
Yeah, you got to do that too. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, honey.
Because 37% of y'all like watching, but you ain't subscribed yet.
That's why we ain't getting no damn YouTube check this month because of y'all ain't hitting the like button. So y'all remember that. For those of you that don't financially contribute to the McCraeKingz channel, when you hit the like button, you are contributing to the McCraeKingz. That means we get a check. But anyway, we have a lot to cover.
Sure.
So y'all come on in here because we have a lot to cover tonight.
But no, when they hit the like button, it throws us into the algorithm.
It goes into the algorithm, but we also get a check too.
Well, because we in the algorithm.
Yeah, we also get a check.
Because we in the algorithm.
And we get a check.
Because we in the algorithm.
Because we get a check. And we get a check.
When we in the algorithm.
Right, exactly. So hit the damn like button when you come in here.
And subscribe.
And quit playing. And you people in the bushes, y'all can hit the like button too.
And sure, it's
quit
good
playing
to see
with me
you
because
back.
what y'all not gonna do is stop. Y'all not gonna play with me with the like button. The like button is not for play.
And it's good to see you back, Shar.
Hey, Shar. Okay, so we got a lot to cover, Joseph. So much has happened since we have spoken to you guys. There's been so much that has happened in the news. There's so much that has happened in the hot topics. Oh God, there's so much going on in the world today. Like Joseph, this shooting in Buffalo, New York. We got to talk about that.
Well,
we have to talk about the shooting in Buffalo.
When I first saw it, it said shooting in upstate New York, and I got scared. I said, "Ooh, where in upstate New York?"
Right, because we just moved
back from up there.
And of all places, he went into a Tops supermarket, and there was a Tops supermarket.
We used to go to Tops
in our town,
and we used to go there because the food was cheap.
We used to go there. Tops was they were very cheap. They used to have all them specials too.
I think when it comes down to the shooting, you did ask me my opinion, right?
Well, I don't know. Well, if you're not on there were 10 people killed, 1 person injured. Mm-hmm. And it was so sad. Hearing some of the stories about the people that were killed, like the man that was going to the supermarket to pick up his son's birthday cake, and he was killed. And the elderly woman who had just come from visiting her husband in the nursing home, she was killed. Her husband doesn't even know. They said they don't even know how to tell him. They don't even know how to tell her husband that she was killed.
And then I heard a story about this little 6-year-old girl. She survived, but she was scared, and she said all she kept thinking about was her mommy okay? Because somehow they got separated, and the little girl survived, and her mother survived, thank God. But it's just horrible to hear little girls, think about death like that.
Yeah.
When she shouldn't have to, because they just really got shot for being black.
It's like, what is this world coming to? I mean, for real, people just going into grocery stores and churches. There's no place safe.
No, because there was a shooting in the church.
There was a shooting in the church, yes.
Then there was another shooting. There was like 4 or 5 shootings back to back.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what is this world coming to? And this suspect that killed all these people in this mass shooting in Buffalo. One of his he pleaded not guilty. He's pleading not guilty, and one of his excuses, his parents' excuses, was his parents are making the excuse that the coronavirus and the pandemic is what caused him to
lose it,
to lose his cool and do this. But this guy wrote a manifesto.
But they also said because he had, I forgot what they called it, because he was scared of the coronavirus. Then they found out he already had the coronavirus. So then it was that because he had the coronavirus, he got something, I forget what they calling it, because they allege now when you get the coronavirus, your mind doesn't think right. You start thinking all these off the wall stuff. And I'm like sitting there going, but you plan to shoot a bunch of black people. A white woman that worked in the store came out and said you came in there and asked her why does she want to work in a store full of black people that black people shop in. So there's no way around that this was a plan that you planned out. You sought out this plan and you carried through with your plan.
Right. And he wrote a manifesto. Not only was he going to go into the Tops, he had planned to go into the Tops supermarket and do this mass shooting. After he left there, his plan was to go into a black neighborhood and start shooting people too. Now, this boy had full. Now, he's supposed to be quote unquote crazy. He's supposed to be quote unquote insane, right? But you got on full body armor. The off-duty police officer that he killed,
The
security guard that he killed, shot at him, and the bullet bounced right off of him.
Right.
Because he had all his body armor.
Now,
he was prepared.
No shade. Depending on what black neighborhood he went in, honey, he might have got off 2 shots. But I know if he come to Jersey City and try that bullshit,
or Newark, New Jersey,
or Newark,
Gag Nation,
or Irvington, or East Orange,
Gag Nation,
child, you might get off the first 2 shots because you're gonna surprise everybody. But after that,
okay, you gonna catch Mookie.
The only thing coming for you is the ambulance, bitch.
Supreme Ali Akbar.
Or you go in Brooklyn and try that. Well, see, now in Brooklyn, depending on where you go, because they're gentrifying every damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but if you go in the little black areas where there's still black people at, like Marcy Projects and Bushwick and Bed-Stuy, you ain't gonna come out of
that. No. You wasn't gonna come out of that. No. Now, also in the news, just yesterday, a 11-year-old girl was killed in the Bronx. There was these 2 guys. They were on a moped, and they were chasing after this other boy, this 13-year-old guy. This was a gang-related shooting, and they were shooting at this boy, this 13-year-old boy, as they was chasing him down the street on a moped, and accidentally shot an 11-year-old girl, shot and killed her, so she's dead. One suspect turned himself in. He was 17 years old. And then the other suspect is 18 years old. He's still at large, and they're looking for him now. That was really sad. It's really sad. And the statistics on gun violence. Excuse me. The statistics on gun violence in the city of New York are astronomical and ridiculous. That a majority of the killings that have from the beginning of the new year up until now have been precipitated by young adults 18 and younger. So it just tells you that more and more kids are getting their hands on guns, which is ridiculous. And the NRA is still saying that gun laws are too strict. But gun laws are not too strict.
In New York, they not getting them like they getting them in the South.
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother topic. I mean, because honestly, it's probably people in the South buying them for them, and they coming back down here to New York and New Jersey and selling the guns because it's really not easy to get a gun out here.
Yeah, and it's like so much easier to get a gun in southern states, like in Georgia. You can carry.
Or like it'll be people that have moved to southern states and they purchased the gun and then came back here with a gun. I.e. But it's sad that even innocent kids, because that little girl didn't do nothing to nobody,
right?
And they hit her by accident.
And this is like the 4th child that was killed in New York within the past 2 months
by accident.
Yeah.
So
by stray bullets. It's like you have to say to yourself, what is this world coming to when you're having to deal with lunatics that are going into supermarkets and going into churches
and movie theaters
and just outright just shooting people for no reason whatsoever, just for their own personal reasons. And
And like, I know we about to go to a bunch of pride stuff, but I can't lie, I'm scared.
me too.
I'm really scared
Yeah,
because what if somebody decides, oh, I killed all the gay people, and I'm like, oh, here we go again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm scared to be in the crowd because nowadays you just the way that he did it, they didn't die for no reason. They
Yeah.
died because they were black.
Yeah, and speaking of that, yeah, guys, for those of you that don't know, Pride season is embarking upon us here in the New York, New Jersey tri-state area. We have one of the biggest Pride events that is coming up, biggest Pride events in the country, which is in New York. New York Pride is the last Sunday in June, but there's a lot of Pride events that are going to be. Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that's what I want.
no, that's not it.
That ain't what I want.
There's a lot of Pride events that are coming up that Joseph and I will be attending, and guys, just keep us in your prayers because you know there's a lot of homophobic people out there that tend to target a lot of these events. And hopefully we will be safe. So, guys, keep us in your prayers as we embark upon Pride season. Joseph and I, we love to go out and we love to celebrate gay pride. However, we are aware that it can be a very dangerous. It can be very dangerous.
Cause a bitch ain't built to run no more. But I bet you I will if I
I'll
have
tell you
to.
what, honey. These feet might be
I
jacked up,
bet you I will
child.
if I
But let me
have
tell you
to.
something. If a bitch gotta run, a bitch is gonna run, honey. Hmm.
I bet you I will if I have to.
If a bitch gotta run, I'm gonna run, honey. Um. So yes, I'm excited about Pride season. As a matter of fact, for those of you that live in the New York, New Jersey tri-state area, if you want to, if you, we will keep you informed of the Pride events that we will be attending in New York and New Jersey. Like we're starting off our Pride launch. Our Pride launch is going to start in Montclair. No, not Montclair, Asbury Park. Asbury Park, their Pride is on, I think, June 4th. And then you have Montclair, and then we also I can't remember.
Maplewood.
Maplewood, right. And then after following that will be Jersey City,
New York.
and then New York. Jersey City is before New
Yeah.
York, isn't it?
And then New York.
It's Jersey City and then New York, and then Newark, New Jersey Gay Pride is going to be from the 11th through the 14th
July.
of July. Yes. So Pride season it starts in June and it doesn't end until like October actually.
Yeah.
So we'll be attending a lot of gay pride events this season. We're trying to be as present as we possibly can so that we can gain
Hey,
more
Monica.
subscribers, we can have more people engaged for the new season. So oh God. So like Joseph, I'm a bus aide.
I know.
It's just being a bus aide is something. It's very easy, very easy. All I have to do, We take them to school and they come up, and that's it. Pretty fulfilling. I have to get up. I get up early in the morning anyway, so my day
Be
starts.
sleep.
And Joseph still be asleep, and he gets mad when I leave and I don't say goodbye to him in the morning. But yeah, that's the new job that I started, guys. Also, I had to schedule to meet with my surgeon this week. Well, this next month, upcoming month, because as you guys know, I'm about to embark on a new journey. For those of you that don't know, my doctor has my kidneys are only operating at 10%, and as a result of that, my doctor has recommended I do dialysis. So, in order for me to prepare to do that, I have to have a surgery done on my arm, and I'm going to have that done.
Say what it is, because you say it so cute.
What?
When you say it, because you
What?
say it wrong and it just sounds cute.
Oh, I don't, child. You know, I don't know how to say that. But it's a procedure that I have to have done in order for them to administer the dialysis on me. And I I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna say I'm excited about going on dialysis. It's very interesting, I have to say. I'm interested to see how things are going to go, but I am in need of a kidney. So I will be getting myself on the kidney donor list in the state of New Jersey. And of course, that's a process. For those of you, anybody that knows anything about organ donor, or being an organ donor, or trying to get an organ such as a kidney, you have to go through
Or anything.
a training process. It's like a 1 day training where they tell you all about being an organ donor, and also what it entails and all that other stuff. And I learned all this stuff when Joseph got put on the donor list some years ago. And it's really weird that they say that a living donor is better than a donor that has passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So I and that's a great fact to know, that if you are ever in need of a organ, a living donor is better than a donor that it has passed away. When they say a living donor is better, because I don't know why is there a living donor better, Joseph?
Because the kidney is alive.
Yeah.
And the person is laying right next to, well, either in the same room with you or right next to you
Hmm.
or in another room, and
Hmm.
they can just walk it from room to room.
Hmm.
But when the person is dead, you got to make it to the hospital in time
Hmm.
before the kidney shuts down.
Mm.
So it's better to have a living one because it's just going from body to body,
Right.
as opposed to having a dead one because they might have to put it on ice.
Right.
And if you, because what happens with a dead person is they'll call me and you.
Hmm.
If you number one and I'm number two, if you don't show up in time but I do, you lost out on your kidney. They're gonna give it to
Right.
me.
Right.
But if you get there in time, then they tell me to just go
Right.
home.
That's why they tell you whenever you're on the list, you have to be ready and
Right.
prepared to go right
No
then
matter
and there. No
what
matter
time
what.
of night they
Yeah,
call
if they
you.
call you at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, you got to get up and you got to go. You got to get to whatever hospital you have to get to in order to get that transplant. So y'all keep your fingers crossed and pray for me, and hopefully I will get a kidney. And maybe perhaps I won't have to go on dialysis. I don't have a rare blood type, so it's a possibility they may find a match for me sooner than later.
Right.
So
It just depends on where you fall on the list.
right, and it depends on where you fall on the list.
And you can
Um,
do more than one list.
right,
If you want to go to New York and get on their list, go to New York and get on
right.
their list.
I had a friend that did that. I had a friend that was on the list in the state of New Jersey for a heart, and he was also on the list in New York. And he just so happened to get a heart transplant from a donor in New York.
In
It
New
was
York.
from a kid, and he says, Tramel, he says, I feel like I'm 13 years old again. He said the heart made him, it just made
Right.
him feel so much younger, you know? Um, so yeah, that's what's going on with me health wise. Health wise, I'm doing really well, guys. The doctors have placed me on some medications that have really helped me out and that are really helping me out. I'm not having the issues that I was having some weeks ago where I wasn't able to breathe. Uh, and God is good. God is definitely good. God is definitely good. I always, the one thing I never worry about is my health really too much. And the reason why is because anytime when it comes to my health, I always say, Lord, I'm going to place it in your hands, and whatever your will is, I'm going to accept that. And so I've always accepted what, God has, whatever God has had in store for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get worried and I don't get depressed or upset, about my health. I just take it in stride because that's what God directs me to do. Um, so yeah, health wise, everything all is well, guys. All is well. How's dialysis going for you, Joseph? Because you just stopped doing home dialysis. A lot of people don't know Joseph stopped doing home dialysis, and now he's doing hemodialysis again, where he goes into the dialysis center and he gets his blood cleaned.
Dialysis is going good. They started giving me a different medicine to increase my red blood cells. Seems like it's working. I'm not getting as exhausted going up and down the stairs as I was. Only problem is that the dialysis isn't cleaning me the way that it should. So they're trying to figure out. They extended my time 15 minutes. I know they think they're going to extend it another 15, but I'm not going to allow that because I know why it's happening. So they just have to change what they call a dialysizer
Mm-hmm.
to a bigger one, and then I'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, just going in there and bracing myself for the needles
Oh yeah,
is.
sure, Monte. You didn't know you can get a heart transplant? Sure, you could. You can get just about any organ in your
You can
body
get
replaced.
lungs, liver, heart,
Mm-hmm.
all of them.
Yeah.
That's why they ask for organ donors, because
Mm-hmm.
without them, you can't get them.
Right. And guys, make sure you fill out the organ donor card on the back of your driver's license. Become an organ donor, or consider becoming an organ donor. Or if you have a family member that needs an organ, consider donating an organ to them,
Well, the only
especially a
thing,
kidney, because
well,
most
the
people
only
can
thing you
live.
can do is a kidney. Everything else you need both, two
Right,
of to
right.
live. If you
Well,
already have two of
well,
them.
if you have a family member that a loved one that needs a kidney, it's always good to donate a kidney because you can live with one kidney.
And let me just say this: I've never asked anybody for a kidney because I felt that was very invasive. And I just said that if anybody in my family wanted to give me a kidney, they would have to volunteer it on their own. Because I didn't want to ask anybody because I felt that was very invasive to do. So I say that to say just because someone in your family may need a kidney and didn't ask you, they may be thinking like me. Like they don't want to be invasive with it and just, that's a lot to ask
Yeah,
somebody to do. And they just may be sitting back,
it is.
saying,
It is a lot.
well, if they want to help me, they'll help me. They know what it is. So it's a
It's a
lot.
lot to ask.
It's a
It
lot.
is. It's a lot to ask. Well, it's not that. It's not really that. It's a lot to ask. It's that you know, even as a person that is in need of a kidney, your pride just doesn't allow you to ask. I think your pride
It's
has a
not
lot to
even
do
for
with
me. It
that.
wasn't my pride. It was just I felt it was a lot to ask somebody could I have a kidney. It
Yeah.
ain't like I'm asking could I have a glass of water.
Right.
I'm asking, bitch, would you lay on the table and get cut open and let them dig inside you and pull out a kidney and give it to me?
Right.
And then you only got one, and then if yours go bad, you gonna be where I was, and I'm gonna
Right.
walk around with your good
Right,
kidney.
girl. That's just a snip, snip, girl. Just a snip, snip. One
Right.
quick snip, bam. You can,
You know.
It's that it is. It's a lot to ask. It is. It's a lot to ask.
I just
So
felt it was
anybody in my family that would donate a kidney to me, I would be ever so grateful. To anyone that would donate a kidney to me. As a matter of fact, my mom, as soon as she found out that I was in need of a kidney, she, with no questions asked, she didn't even give me an opportunity to say anything. She said, "Find out what it takes, what I have to do in order to donate a kidney to you, and we can do it." But unfortunately, because of my mother's age, they told me that she wouldn't be eligible to give me a kidney because of her age. You know, they said my kidney doctor said you would need somebody that would either be younger than yourself or the same age. Um, and
child. Nowadays, the way people just drop it like flies.
I would be afraid for anyone in my family to donate a kidney to me simply because diabetes runs so rampant in my family. It's hereditary, and so I would hate for someone to donate a kidney to me, and then somewhere down the line they would need one. Simply because of perhaps maybe the same reason why I need a kidney because of complications of diabetes. That's why I have kidney failure because of complications of diabetes. So I would I think I would have to think twice before I would allow a family member to.
Well, don't forget
donate
they
kidney
put them
to me.
through a whole bunch of rigmarole and
Yeah.
tests and
Well, you
things
have
like
to be in
that.
good health
And
in order
right,
to donate, in order to be an
it
organ
ain't just
donor.
I want to give you a kidney, and then they say okay and give you the person's kidney, and then they drop dead 2 days later
Mm-hmm,
because
mm-hmm.
they done got some complications from doing
Right,
it.
right.
So it's a
But I
whole
mean, you
bunch
got to
of.
be in good shape, and you have to be in the best of health in order to be a donor
So
anyway.
what's next?
Um, let's talk a little bit about the new season. Yeah, guys, we got some good stuff coming up for y'all. We got a new segment that's coming up. It's going to be called the King's Council. You guys are going to enjoy the King's Council show. You're also going to get the M King Morning Show. Of course, that's Coffee with the Kings. And also we have a couple of other different segments coming up,
You're
which
gonna get
is
some
like the
cooking shows.
yeah, we're gonna do the Q&A. We received a host of different questions from you, the subscribers, that we're going to be answering in the new season as well.
And you can still send them in.
People have asked us, and guys, if you guys have any personal questions that you wish to ask, that you want us to answer about ourselves, we're going to be doing a segment called "Getting to Know Us." And it's going to be you getting to know Joseph, getting to know me, because we've had subscribers that have have emailed questions about Joseph, personal questions about Joseph, personal questions about myself, personal questions
About both of us.
about both of us and about our marriage and things like that we'll be answering in the new year.
We're gonna do love and marriage segments.
Yes, we have a love and marriage segment, and then of course we both have our own separate platform, which is Joseph Rants, of course. And then you'll be hearing from Joseph Rants, and you'll also be getting some interviews from up close and personal. I have so many special guests that I'm going to be interviewing, like Drew Friday from the hit reality YouTube show Chasing Atlanta, and Oliver Twixt, and a couple of other YouTube celebrities. Um,
You know my rants. I don't know what I'm a rant about, but I'm a rant about something.
well, it's always something
Something
to
gonna
rant
piss
about.
me off and
It's
make me
always
rant.
something to rant
Y'all
about.
know how I do.
It is. It's always something to rant about. Um,
I'm gonna see something, I'm gonna hear something, and Joseph is going to rant. And I hope y'all like it, because normally y'all like when I rant.
yeah, and you probably gonna get some Tramel rants too, cause I'm telling you, I got a lot to rant about as well.
And you're
Yeah.
gonna get some story times.
Yeah, you're gonna get some definitely gonna get some story times like
You know my problem when I do story time?
what's that?
I can sit here and tell you a bunch of stuff that has happened to me that's real funny.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I get in front of the camera to do story time, I'm like, what?
You're a blank, right?
I'm at a complete blank. Like, okay, what am I going to talk about?
Well, see, most of our
So
shows will be pre-recorded, so you'll be able to
no, but still,
really.
that's what I hate when I like doing story times. But when I do story times, I just draw a complete blank, and I'm like,
Mm.
now I know I
I
done
mean,
had.
I've done the same thing. I've done the same thing. But there's a lot of things that
But now
people.
people were sitting in front of me, and I had to tell them a story about something. I could just ramble it right off the top of my
Hmm.
head.
Yeah, I got into a big back and forth with my sisters, with my sister and my cousin today, about my childhood. That's something I want to talk about tonight. And guys, I don't know about you guys. I don't know what your childhood was like, but as I've told you guys in the past, my childhood was really, really tumultuous, and I always get into these back and forth with my relatives about my childhood, and they're like, "Oh, Tramel, you need to lighten up. You need to not be so sensitive, and so on and so forth." Like for instance, I got into a back and forth with my sister today about how when I was a child, kids used to call me names. They used to call me names referencing the color of my skin. They would call me Blackie, Blackie this, Blackie that. You
Hey,
black
best
this,
friend.
you black that, you black this, you black that. And for many, many years as a child, I was ashamed of being so dark skinned, you know. And I was telling my sister this today, and she was like, "Oh, Tramel, you need to just lighten up." I call one of my one of my kids in the neighborhood. We call him Blackie. I said, but what I was trying to explain to her is you calling a child Blackie today is different from me being called
Well,
that
no,
back in my day. You
it's
know what
like
I'm
with
saying?
anything. It depends on how it's being used. If it's being used to degrade you, that's one thing.
And
If it's being used as a term of endearment, you know the difference when it's
right,
being used.
right. I mean, because growing up, there were kids. There was this brother in our neighborhood. We used to call him Black, but that was his nickname. There was a kid in our neighborhood. We used to call him Spooky, but that was his nickname. He liked being called that. But for me, being called names like that
Were
were
used in
it
in
was
a
used in
degrading way.
a degrading way. It was used in a derogatory way. It was used for me to. It was used to make me feel like being my skin color was wrong. I cannot tell you how many days I would go to sleep at night and say, God, please let me wake up and be light skinned.
Let me say this, and this is the last time I'm gonna say this. As long as you're not letting that dictate your future, that's fine. But can't nobody tell you how you need to feel about your past. Just because I'm over it, I done moved past it, doesn't mean that I want to sit in somebody's face that used to call me piss color. Cause the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm just seeing this little bitch calling me piss color,
Uh huh.
and then I want to curse the bitch out.
Uh huh.
Why put yourself in toxic situations again?
Mm-hmm.
Because it will be toxic again. Because your mind is going to resort right back to where you were, just as a normal person. Your mind is going to resort back, and it's going to become a toxic situation.
Right, right. El Manning said, I used to get teased for having big lips. She said, now bitches are paying money for these lips. You're absolutely right. That's like me. When I remember, like I said, growing up, I was made to feel ashamed of being so dark because I was really, really dark. I'm actually lighter than I was I'm actually lighter now than I was when I was a kid. I was really, really dark, Joseph. And
Save me, Pope.
so when I became an adult, I realized how beautiful my skin color was. And the way I recognize that is because people would tell me all the time, "Oh my God, you're such a beautiful black brother," and they would give me compliments on my skin color, and it made me feel great.
But I can't
Finally,
lie. I probably wouldn't have been attracted to you if you was light skinned. I probably wouldn't have, because
and Joseph, let me tell you something. When I was a kid, I prayed to be your color. I
I
prayed to be
probably
light
would not
skinned.
have even been attracted to you if you was light skinned. Light skin was not on my
I wanted
board.
so bad as a kid
I
to
just felt I
to
was
be
light
light
skinned
skinned.
enough for me and my man, honey. So
Huh?
I liked them black, honey. The blacker the berry,
I
the
wanted to be
blacker
light.
they was, the better I liked them, honey. I done did we been with some men so black, child. My friends would laugh at me and go, "Girl, what?" I'm like, child, this man is luscious, honey. You see how dark he is? You
I
know it
wanted to be
because I
light
like the
skinned so
contrast
bad.
up against my skin. I
Mm.
don't know why that always turned me on, the contrast of a dark
Well,
skinned
people
man
always say when they
up
see our
against my
wedding pictures,
skin.
they always say we look really good together.
Yeah, I just always so if you was light skinned, this probably would have went a whole different way. Cause I just always felt light skinned men were stuck up and conceited like me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did try to date one or two of them, they proved me right.
Mm-mm. I wanted to be light skinned so bad when I was a kid. I kid you not, when I would pray at night, I would say, God, please, when I wake up, please make me light skinned. And I would get up and I
Child.
would run to the mirror in the bathroom to see if I had changed colors.
I dated one light skinned boy and I would tell him all the time, I said, "Excuse me, boo, I'm not dark skinned, so you can't pull these little games on me." And of course it didn't work out. And then the only other light skinned person I dated, that was, I don't even know why I did. Maybe because I was a little narcissistic because he looked just like me.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing, he was like 5'4", and I'm 6'4".
Mm-hmm.
So people would see us and go, "Oh my God, are y'all brothers? Y'all look like that movie Twins," because we look like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito and twins.
Mm.
Because I was so tall and he was so short, but we looked identical. When his mother met me, she was in a state of shock. When my mother met him, she played me. And I believed her too. She was like, "Oh my God, I knew there was something I should have told you." I said, "What?" She said, "You found your brother." I said, "What?" She was like, "That's your brother. I had another baby and I gave it up for adoption because I couldn't feed him and you found him."
Uh-uh.
I said, "Ma, you playing with?" She was so believable. I was believing her
Uh-uh.
because that's how much him and I looked alike. Like,
Wow.
we really could have been brothers. And she said, "You stupid. I know you ain't sitting here." But I said, "Ma, I was believing you." I said, I was about to cry. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why would you do this to me?
Mm-hmm.
And only I would go and find my brother and want to date him.
But you know what? I think me, I I think my tumultuous childhood of being called names in reference to my skin color was both a curse and a blessing because it made me, when I grew up, I learned how to appreciate people. Like for me, I didn't have a preference when it came to, I wasn't one of those brothers that, I like light skinned brothers, I like dark skinned brothers. I just liked people. And I didn't care if you were light skin or dark skin or brown skin. I didn't care. It didn't mean it. It didn't make any difference to me because, throughout my childhood, I was teased so much for being so dark that, I made a promise to myself I would never, ever, ever, do that to someone. I would never, like, judge a person because of their skin color. And,
Well,
growing up in the South was really hard for me because, white people would look at me, some white kids would look at me and they would turn around and they would run, because I was so dark. But, I think it made me appreciate people more, because of what I went through. So it was a blessing. I mean, it was a curse, but it was a blessing as well because it humbled me in a way. It really did. It humbled me in a way. Um, so yeah, I was on a back and forth with my sister today about that, about being teased growing up, and my sister was like, "Oh well, I dealt, I had people tease me too." I said, "No, but the people didn't tease you, they teased me." Even my own sister used to call me black names. When she got mad at me, she'd say, you black spook." or something like that. When she got mad at me, I said, so people didn't tease you like they teased me. And I said, like I said, being called those names back in my day are totally different than they are now. You know, it's like I used to get mad when people used to say, "That's why your mother wear a wig." I'd fight somebody when if they said that about my mama, and my mama did wear a wig. You know, but nowadays. These
Child,
kids
everybody
these
mama
days,
wear
these
wigs.
kids these days, if they say if one of these kids say your mama wear a wig, they say your mama wear a wig too.
That ain't even a read.
That ain't even a read, right? It's not even a read.
And our day it was, but nowadays it ain't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I guess it was harder because people would call me names, and I just think we did the video on this before, so I really don't want to get into it. But I just think the names that light skinned people call dark skinned people
Mm-hmm.
were just more harsh than what y'all could say to us. So it stung
It
worse.
was.
It was me you calling me piss color versus me calling you shit. That's two different things,
Right.
honey. So I just think that the names, because I was called names, I was called piss color, I was called yellow, I was called red bone, and it got on my nerves because I'm like, where am I red at? I'm not red, bitch. There's nothing about me that's red. I'm not red. So stop calling me red bone or butter cookie. Bitch, ain't nothing sweet about me. I'm probably the meanest bitch you've met in your fucking life, and you calling me butter cookie. The fuck is a butter cookie?
Now, believe it or not, where I grew up in the South, a lot of fathers didn't want their daughters to marry men that were light skinned because they said they looked white. And so that was a big thing. A lot of light skinned people were not accepted in the South because of the color of their skin. Because if they were too light or if they were light skinned, then they were shunned by black people.
Right.
Like, remember what was that movie Queen? When she said,
Hmm.
I was hungry, I was Negra.
But then it worked in reverse when they came up north, because then the
Hmm.
light skinned people started shunning the dark skinned
Right,
people.
right. So I
It's a
mean,
whole mess that we need to stop
yeah.
and need to get past and need to get rid of, because at the end of the day, when it comes to anybody else, we all black.
Well, you know what? I just say this: everybody's beautiful. That's what I like to say. I like to say everybody's beautiful. Black,
It's true.
white, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Indian, everybody's
Asian.
beautiful. I don't believe in body shaming people. I don't believe in skin shaming people. I don't believe in all of that. I think that everybody in this world is beautiful or can be beautiful. The only way you can be ugly is if your personality or your attitude is ugly.
Well, now, let's move on, because I don't totally agree with that.
Why?
Because, honey, I done seen some people, honey, that I'll be like, ooh, what was your parents didn't look in the mirror and realize that that wasn't a good mix, honey? That wasn't going to come out right.
Ooh, the shade of
That
it
wasn't going
all.
to come out right.
The shade of it all.
That
Yeah.
just wasn't going to come out right.
Now there's some people in this world like anteaters, but you can't
But
go
see, I
around
wasn't going to
saying
say that.
that. You
I
can't go
wasn't
around
going to say
telling people
that.
they're like an anteater's
I was
child.
going to say, some people, they should have looked and said, we ain't going, our combination and our gene pool ain't right.
Yeah.
So let's not do
Yeah,
this.
it's some people in this world that
Just because
are
Aunt
not
Ida,
as attractive, physically attractive.
just because Aunt Ida came, well, the way I like to say it is beautifully challenged. Just because Aunt Ida came
Is
out
that
cute,
is
honey.
is that is that politically correct? Beautifully
Beautifully challenged. You're a little beautifully challenged.
Oh,
That
okay.
doesn't sound, you're not using the U word, and you're not, making them feel you're just a little beautifully
Child, where
challenged.
I come from the South, honey. You ugly, you ugly.
Or like when I got mad at somebody and said, let's just face it, girl, you'll never walk face.
Ooh.
It slipped out. It was making me mad, and
We
I
used
was
to
just
say,
like,
"Oh, Mister, you like a beast goddess girl.
I was
You are
like,
the
you. Let's
beast
just face
goddess. You are the
facts.
goddess of the beast, honey. You are the goddess of the beast."
I said, let's just face facts, honey. When it comes to me and you, you'll never walk
When I
face.
did, I thought I was ugly when I was a kid.
No, you was a cute little boy.
I thought I was so ugly. Oh my God, I
You
thought I
know
was
what
so
I did
ugly.
too?
I thought I was so
I didn't
black and
I didn't
ugly.
think I was cute until I lost weight, and then I realized I was cute when I went back to the same bar that nobody paid me just. And then I went back there 135 pounds lighter, honey, and I didn't even have to spend a dime because everybody was buying me drinks. I said, oh, I
Mm.
must be cute. I must be a thing. Oh, okay. And then that was it, honey. The head went to the sky, and you couldn't tell me nothing after that.
Mm-mm.
Because I knew, honey, I knew I
That's
was
how it
fine.
was when I first when I first went to a gay club. Oh my God! All the guys that tried to talk to me, they were like coming up to me like I was, and that's when I realized that I wasn't ugly. That's when I realized I wasn't ugly. When I went to my first gay club is when I realized I wasn't ugly because all these handsome, like beautiful, handsome men were coming up to me and wanting to give me their phone numbers and
Well,
they
I didn't
wanted
have
to
that
take me out.
experience. They was
I
like,
did.
who is this fat bitch? Why is this fat bitch here?
Mm-mm.
And I was like, oh, well, I'm trying to be kind of cute. I got on a cute little acid wash because it was back then.
Yeah, acid wash
I
juice,
had on a
but
cute little acid wash, yellow and black acid wash shirt matching the pants, honey. I had on my red little felines, little suede fila. I was cute. I remember I was so devastated. I swear to God, I remember everything I wore to the club that night. I promise you, I remember because I was devastated. It was like, who is this fat bitch? Why is this fat bitch here? And I was gagging. I was in heaven because I was like, oh my God, there's so many people, so many gay men like me. But at the same time, they was reading me, and I'm like, so I guess to be gay, you can't be fat, honey. I went home. I called up Nutrisystem and I nutricized my body, honey. And in 2 months, I went back to that same club, and all them bitches was kissing my ass. They was like, "Ooh, who is he? Ooh, he is fine." And I went back. I could tell you what I had on.
mm,
I had on this rayon purple purple and like a tan rayon shirt with these
mm,
purple rayon pants, and some black motherfucking shoes with the silver toe tips. And bitch, I stood there, honey,
mm,
and I was giving stuff. Oh, bitch, everybody who wanted to buy me a drink, bitch, because you called me a fat bitch 2 months ago, honey.
mm,
You don't even know this is a fat bitch now because I'm skinny.
mm.
And that,
I never had those problems. My chocolate milkshake always brought the boys to the yard,
no, it
honey.
was horrible. That's why, I feel sorry for a lot of these gay boys that be out here trying to act like it's all that for them when they fat. Because I'm like, girl, you not even half excuses me, bitch. These boys ain't paying you dust, bitch.
Mm.
You how much how you shaking that purse to get him to pay you attention, bitch?
Okay.
Because I know you shaking the. But see me,
I never had
I,
those
I was
problems.
a, I was a because after I lost the weight, I ended up getting a boyfriend and gaining some of it back. But at that point, my head was so up in the clouds that I was that at that point it didn't bother me. See, that was the first time, and I was fat all my life. So at that point, it bothered me because put me, like you said, back in your childhood, where people will call me working. Can you hear me? Working.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? All right.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, but it was a trial and error.
Yeah. Well, things with different times have changed. You know, times have changed. People have changed, but hey, you know, there used to be a time when, you know, if you were too feminine, guys didn't pay no attention to you. Now they like the femininity. Some guys like, most guys like femininity, and most guys don't even care about that anymore. You know,
Well,
there's not a
now
lot of, these young, these
the
millennials,
millennials.
they
Well,
really
they're
don't
not
care about
millennials.
toxic masculinity
We keep
anymore.
calling them millennials, but they're not millennials. They
What are they?
something else.
They something
They're not
else.
called
Well,
millennials. They call something else.
the new generation.
They right.
We'll
They're
just
not
say that.
concerned with the toxic masculinity like the millennials in our
Right.
generation,
Right.
where they want a quote unquote man, a thug.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why half of them walking
Most of
around
them are
single
most of
now.
these this new generation is more, I say pansexual, where they love anybody that loves them. Period.
The newer generation.
Yeah.
But our generation and the one before us and the one after us
Yeah.
and the one after
You either
them,
had to be a butch queen
you had to be real masculine to
or you
their
had to be a butch
femininity.
queen. Yeah. You had to be very that, honey.
But that's why half of them single now.
Mm-hmm.
Because they looking for this magic
Well, that's
man.
why a lot of these us OGs, like
That's why we
brothers
single
our
too.
age, are single now because they still looking for the same thing and they ain't getting it.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
And then they going with these little young boys and then finding out
And what's up
two
with
years
that? What's
down the
up with these
line.
older brothers trying to date these little young boys,
And
these
then
little
they find
20
out
year
2 months
olds?
down the line they get in drag and then they get mad, honey.
Mm-hmm. What's with these older guys our age, like in their 50s, trying to date these little 20-year-olds and these little 30-year-olds? That's not a match.
Cause I think most
That's
of
not a
us,
match.
our age are jaded, and we just been hurt so much that to take a chance on a little young boy that you already know don't really want shit.
Well, most of these young boys, they'll date you just because you have money or you have status, and they want you. You're giving them
Well,
something.
true.
It's like they're a little stray cat. You done fed them a little bowl of milk, and they drink it, and then they come back for more.
Well, I mean, you can't really be dating them if you ain't got no coin.
Mm-mm.
Cause let's be realistic, they only want the coin.
Mm-hmm.
They only want the coin, and then these older men get with these little young boys, and then they take them because they ain't sincere, they
Mm-hmm.
ain't real, and then these little young boys, some of them be thinking oh, I got an older man, he got it together. He ain't gonna be like somebody my age, and he's worse than somebody
Right,
their
he's not
age.
gonna break my heart and all that
Right,
stuff.
and he's worse than the person their age because they done been through a whole bunch of shit and they don't trust them no way.
What is it that you can relate to Monte? Monte said he can relate.
Old men picking them up.
Yeah. Well, I can see a whole bunch of old men picking Monte because Monte is very
It
handsome.
used to happen to me when
He's
I
a
was,
very young,
because I
handsome young
came out
man.
when I was 18, and child, the old men, child, they would just be on my ass. Oh my God, you so cute. Oh my God, you so sexy. Oh my God, da 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 da. Da. And I'd be like, if you don't get your old ass away from me, and thank God I'm married because, honey, I'd be that old man that I was telling to get the hell away from me. Not that I would, I don't, I would, I just, young boys used to try to pick me up, and I would be like, boy, please, I'll teach you something. What you gonna teach me? I'll teach you how to wipe your ass and get the Similac off your tongue, bitch. You can't teach me
Yeah,
nothing.
like before me and you got engaged, before you came back into my life. Little young boys just try to come for me, honey. They used to want to try to date me and stuff like that, and I just could not because I couldn't relate to them.
Child, I remember this one little boy. He just harassed me all night in the club, and I said, "Okay, let me read him real good, real quick to get him away from me." I said, "Would you please leave me alone?" And he was like, "But just tell me your name." And I said, "Little boy, I still smell a titty milk on your mouth, on your tongue, on your breath. Get away from me. I'm probably old enough to
I
be
had
your
this little young
daddy."
boy. He wanted some of the pot roast. I said, "Oh no, you're not getting any of this pot roast.
Well,
You're
now
not
you
getting any
know.
of this. You can't have none of the pot roast. If I give you some pot roast, honey, then you'll be giving me your whole check.
Well, now I ain't
I don't
gonna
want to take your
lie.
check, baby. I don't want to take your check. So let me just keep my pot roast myself and stay
If
over
they hit
here."
me up late at night and I was having one of my moments, no.
Oh, you fell for a
I
little
might tell
smack and
them,
tickle.
you can come get a little smack and tickle, but that's it. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
nothing else but a smack and tickle.
Time to go. Get your ass up. Get your shit. Time to go.
You can get a little
I didn't
smack and
even want no
tickle.
smack and tickle, honey. I ain't want to have nothing to do with them little young boys.
Oh no, honey, when they started sending me pictures, I was like, I can't even get this in a grown ass man my age. So let me just tell this little young, little tender to come over here, honey. They was all legal age,
Mm.
20 something. But honey, they
You
start
know, I
sending me
have.
pictures, and I'd be like, "Ooh, child, I can't get this with a 40-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
Let me let you come over real quick."
I have a friend that's dating a younger guy, and he's like, but he won't get into a committed relationship with the young man because he's like, well, I know you're young, and I know that eventually you're gonna see somebody out there that's going to look better than me or be younger than me. So I don't want to get my heart broken. So to protect his heart, he won't get into a relationship with him. They just
That's
have a
stupid.
sexual relationship and that's it.
That's stupid.
That's really dumb.
And why? But
I'm like,
why?
but how
Why be
how are you in a
bothered?
sexual relationship with this kid and you're not catching feelings for him?
Because he does. And if the boy does what he says, he's gonna be heartbroken still.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way. I don't care what nobody says. I don't. And y'all can tell me if I'm wrong in the chat if you want to. There's no way that you are continually going to have sex with a person and don't have feelings for them.
Right.
Now, once or twice, yeah, I agree with that. You ain't gonna have feelings for somebody unless you just catch feelings blinking, then yeah. But I'm talking months down the line, or as much as I tried to have a situation like that with somebody, and I was like, both of us tried to pretend like we both tried to pretend, I should say, like we didn't want a relationship, which was fine in the beginning. But doing your little coming over, sitting there having drinks, cuddled up with each other, kissing,
Mm-hmm.
and then doing your little do and waking up there the next morning and going home and leaving, going to work. And, well, why do I always have to come to your house? You can come to my house too. And they come to your house. And it becomes this whole entanglement. And both of y'all are lying because y'all both got feelings for each other now because regardless of who else you might be doing it with, you're doing it with that person more than the other. Because if you really stop to think about it, if I'm there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the only other time you got to be with somebody else is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'm the one you spending most of your time with. Or you'll call me and be like, what are you doing after work? Or I'll call you and say, what are you doing after work? Oh, come over. All right, I'll get off at this time. All right, I'll have your favorite drink waiting for you. It was very... And then I did just like I did you. I swear to God, I did just like I did you. I said, this ain't starting to work for me because I'm starting to catch feelings for you. And I already know from the door, you said that you're not looking for no relationship. So I think I need to back off and just, go my separate way. And he was he said okay, but I could tell that that's not what he wanted. And then I backed off and I just stopped everything. I did just like I did you. And then one day out of the blue, I was like, oh, I want to see him so bad. It had to be, oh God, maybe 6, 7 months after I backed off. And I just gave in and called. And he was like, okay, yeah, definitely come over. And when I got there, it was, baby, I missed you. Why did you do that? You know I was feeling you. I thought we had something. But that ain't what you said when I said what I said. You said, you're right. If that's what you need to do, then I think you need to do it. That's what you said. Now that I'm back, it's, oh, baby, I miss you. Oh, why did you do that? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, this ain't adding up. Because we both was Aries. So I knew if I was feeling it, you was feeling it too.
I've never been in a situation like that. Thank God. I've never been in a situation. I've never been in an entanglement like that. I've never been in a situation. I've always been relationship oriented, so I've always been in a relationship. So I've never been in a situation where, you know, somebody was wanting to just be in a sexual relationship with me, and that was it.
But see, it wasn't just that. It was me going over there, us sitting down
I didn't
watching
believe in that, I
movies.
guess.
No, but I'm saying it was like we were dating. Me going over there, me sitting down, you having a drink for me. We sit there, we watch a movie or two.
Hmm.
Then inevitably we knew what we were going to end up doing.
Right.
And then when I would get up to leave, you, no, 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 stay with me tonight. Okay, this is weird. In the beginning, I was like, okay, this is weird. Like, why am I spending the night? I can just go home. I only live 15 minutes away.
Hmm.
It wasn't no big, like, I lived an hour away. I just get in my car and drive 15 minutes back home.
Hmm.
If it was even 15 minutes. And I'm like, it was weird because you told me you didn't want one thing, but then you wanted me to act like we had this thing.
Hmm.
But then the more and more I was going over there, it was always the same thing. So for me, in the beginning, honestly, it was like, okay, well, I ain't gotta be out here doing my thing with everybody.
Hmm.
I could just do it with this one person. I wasn't confused that he wasn't doing it with other people because I knew he was. All I had to do was log on to the app, honey, and I could see who was right next to him. And I said, oh, you with this bitch? And I would get an attitude. I would be like, oh, you with this bitch? I'd be like, okay, this is what we doing. Thank you. I'd be like, okay, this is what we doing. And he would get mad because I'd be like, then he started playing me. And see, then the crazy started coming out. Because I call you and say, Tramel, I'm coming over. I don't get off till 10 o'clock. You say, okay. But between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock, you found another bitch. So by the time I get home, honey, I'm calling you. I done got home, took a shower, changed my clothes, and calling you. Tramel, I'm on the way. Tramel ain't picking up as well.
Mm.
I'm like, oh, is this what we doing, bitch? You, because I already knew he was going to tell me he fell asleep. Uh-uh. I went right on the app, honey, and I saw bitches next to him that ain't never been next to him before. I started reading on the answer machine. Tell that little bitch I'm still coming to you. And I'd still go to his house and bang on the motherfucking door like a crazy woman, honey. Yes. See, I get psychotic like that. That's why I have to walk away. Because if I don't walk away, I become that psychotic bitch that you see in movies and on TV. I do. I become her. I will become to your door and knock.
Oh, you're
let me tell you. Let me tell you something. I did. Let me tell you what I did to somebody. He, you know what? I don't even know what we was to each other, to be honest with you. But in my mind, he asked me to make him a lasagna for his birthday. And to buy him a birthday cake because he was new to Maryland and I helped him get an apartment where I lived. So I did all of that because you know me, I'm nice like that. See, and these are some of the things that have happened to me. Why? Remember the conversation we had? This is why I've become so abrasive. So the day comes, I go to work, I come home, I ask him what time he want me to come over. He tells me, I go over there. There's no answer at the door. So I'm standing there with a whole pan of lasagna and a whole motherfucking ice cream sheet cake in my hand, looking like a motherfucking fool. So I said, okay, maybe I came too early. So I put everything back in my car. I drove back home. It was in the same complex. So I just drove around to my house, went back upstairs, took everything upstairs, waited about an hour. I went back and knock, 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 knock. I don't get no answer. But this time I see his car. So I'm like, what? Your car is downstairs, but you're not answering the door. I know you ain't got another motherfucker up in there when you told me to do this shit for you. So, because you know, I'm thinking birthday sex. I'm like, oh, bitch, you're going to pay the price today. I was trying to, the fire started burning. The Aries fire started burning slowly. It was an amber lit fire. But, child, when I saw that car down there, and I said, I pressed my ear to the door and I heard them in there talking. Oh, bitch. That little amber fire exploded, honey. It was a full out forest fire that was burning with no water. Bitch. I was banging on that motherfucking door like I was some crazy lunatic. I was like, I know you in there. Open that goddamn door. Nothing, child. They paid me dust. Oh, and the more they paid me dust, the more pissed I got. I was like, okay, what are you going to do, bitch? You got to go out with a bang. So I left. I came back. I said, okay, let them think I left and I'm done. I came back. Bang, 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 bang. Open this motherfucking door, bitch. Did nothing. Kick the door. I tried to kick that motherfucking door down, bitch. I don't know how I break all 10 of my motherfucking toes. Beat somebody, honey, for telling me to make you a motherfucking lasagna and buy you a birthday cake, bitch. I was going to beat somebody.
Oh, Lord have mercy. So you was one of them people that was banging on the door.
No. You can't even bang the way. You can't even bang the way I was banging, bitch. I was banging like the motherfucking po-po. Bitch, I know you in there, bitch. Open this. And that's what I was saying. I know you're in there. I see your motherfucking car. Open the goddamn door. So then I would leave because I said, somebody's going to call the police on my ass. Luckily, I lived in a kind of hoodish area where I'm sure they was used to it. So when I went home the about fourth or fifth time, I said, oh no, bitch, you're going out with a bang. I said, this is not going to happen on your watch. I took that motherfucking ice cream cake, bitch, because his birthday was in motherfucking June. I took that motherfucking ice cream cake and I banged it. I said, bitch, here's your motherfucking cake. And I said, swam, and stuck it to the motherfucking door, bitch. All I saw when I was going down the stairs was the cake gently sliding down the door, bitch, from the heat. All I saw was the cake gently sliding down the door. Oh, I said, you'll have a shitload because it was one of them apartment complexes that was like the stairs was
On the
outside.
breezeway. It had a breezeway.
Right. I was like, honey, the ants are going to turn your pussy, bitch. When you open this door, there's gonna be so many motherfucking ants that you ain't even going to be able to come out and they're all gonna fall off the door inside your house, honey. I said, how's that for a Carvel sheet cake, bitch? So I said, okay. I'm not throwing my good lasagna on the door because that was the plan, honey. I was gonna throw the lasagna all over the door and wipe all the pasta sauce from it all over the door, honey.
See, I'm not doing all that.
I was gonna wipe all the first. What I was gonna do was take the lasagna and rub it all over the door, and then stick the cake to the door and let the cake melt off the door. But I said I'm not wasting my lasagna. So everybody at work the next day was happy because I took the whole lasagna to work. I said, y'all, I baked the lasagna. Y'all want some? So this bitch wants to call me the next day. So I picked up the phone. When he called me, I picked up the phone. I said, did you have fun cleaning the cake off your motherfucking door, bitch? He was like, you know you're crazy, right? I said, no. Do you know I'm crazy is the question, bitch. I know I'm crazy. But you didn't know I was crazy, bitch. And you didn't know how crazy I was. Because I was about to get even crazier and pour soda on top of the cake, bitch. You better be glad that I decided to go home and go to bed. Because, bitch, I kept going over there till like midnight. When I tell you I was banging on that door like the popo, bitch, I was banging on that door like a
all
lunatic.
For me was one time coming to your house and you ain't answer the door. You ain't have to ever
see the first time he wasn't home. But when I saw the car and you didn't answer, I said, oh.
Even if I saw the car.
Oh, no.
If I would have saw the car and I would have went to your house and you didn't answer the door, I'd have turned around.
Let me tell you,
hold on. I would have turned around. I would have went home. And then the next time you saw me, I would have did. I would have gave you this look like, bitch, I dare you to speak to
Let
me.
me tell you something. I was,
you were a cuckoo bird.
No, I was. If I called you and I knew you was ignoring my phone call, I swear to God, I would be one of them people that left 125 messages for you.
Oh my God.
And everyone, I would be cursing you out. You piece of shit.
You would leave a message.
I should motherfucking come and kill your motherfucking bitch. I would run your answering machine out till it would say it was full.
I had this
and
dude,
then I would still be calling you.
You know that.
Still, I would, when people had home phones, bitch, you would take your, I would get a busy signal because they would get tired of me calling. They would have to take it off the hook. If they had a cell phone, bitch, I would just instantly go to voicemail because I would as soon as you went bloop and sent me the voicemail, that bitch would ring in 2 seconds because I bloop and call you right back. Bloop and call you right back. Bloop and call you right back. And then leave a message every time the answer. Let me tell you, I knew I was crazy. But I was trying to tell people, don't play with my feelings and emotions because I'm a crazy bitch. And once you get me to that level, you don't want me. Bitch, I sat outside.
This dude did that to me one time.
I sat outside somebody's house in the dead of winter with my car on the Pathfinder that I had. I sat outside somebody's house in the dead of winter in their Pathfinder for 4 hours till he came home with the boy he went out with instead of me. And bitch, when they got out of that car, I put that motherfucker in 4-wheel drive and turned on them high beams. And it was the funniest thing watching them run from the Pathfinder, bitch, because I was going to run them both the fuck over. I tell bitches that I'm crazy.
I had this one guy
and don't play with my
emotions. That to me, and it scared me to death because he called, and the first couple of times he called, he left a real nice message. Oh, Jamel, I'm just calling you because I was thinking about you today and da 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 da. And I hadn't answered my phone because at the time I was working in the music industry, and sometimes I would have to leave town immediately. And this particular time I was going overseas. And them international calls was expensive, so I wasn't answering my phone. So he kept on leaving these nice messages. Then the messages got nastier and nastier and nastier. He was like, "Why the fuck you ain't answering your motherfucking phone, bitch?" I was like, "Oh my God." He said, "Oh, you gonna answer your fucking phone for me? You gonna answer your fucking phone for me? I'm at your fucking door right now." I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad I'm not home."
Let me tell you something. The best thing you could ever do to me is just tell me, bitch, look, I don't like you. Leave me alone. I don't like you. I don't want to be bothered with you. Leave me alone. And I will do just that. But if you start playing with my feelings and emotions, and I feel like you telling me you don't like me, but then 2 days later I see you and you give me a kiss, that's playing with my feelings and emotions because you just told me you don't like me, but yet you kissing me. That don't register in my head. So in my head, I'm gonna fuck you up now because you playing with my feelings and
Oh, so
emotions.
that's what you was thinking with me and you?
No, that's why I always tell you, you don't understand that it was best for me to walk away from you because I didn't want to get crazy like
Yeah,
that
you
with
put a
you.
fucking restraining order on me
No,
at
I
work.
just told you to leave me alone because I knew had we kept doing what we was doing, I would have got crazy like that. I would
Really?
have. Oh, honey, I knew where you lived. Oh, bitch, I would have been sitting in front of your motherfucking house. You would have been coming down the block going, "Is that the Green Pathfinder? Oh my God, what is he doing here?" I would say, "Get in the motherfucking car." And when you said, "Bitch," I told one boy, "Get in my motherfucking car," and he wouldn't get in my car. I got out of the car and threw him up against the car by his motherfucking throat and said, "I said, get in my motherfucking car, bitch. It ain't shit for me to kill you out this motherfucker." He got right up in that motherfucking car and said, "Well, why you want me in the car?" I said, "Don't be scared. I'm not gonna hurt you. I was only gonna hurt you if you didn't get in the car. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you playing with my feelings and emotions?" I'm telling you, I'm cuckoo like that. So when I see people like when we watch these shows, like what I did for my man, I understand how these bitches go snap crazy because these men play with them. And when you play with somebody's feelings and emotions, you don't know the cuckoo.
Joseph, you would have did that to me?
Oh, honey, I would have been sitting outside getting the motherfucking car, Jamel. I'm not getting. What the fuck? You what? I know you didn't just tell me you wasn't getting in the motherfucking car. Because, bitch, I can put you in the car or you could get in freely.
Oh my God.
And I would have snatched you up right by your throat and been unbothered. That's why when you be saying you want to see my crazy, I be like, no, you don't, bitch. You don't understand. My crazy might meet your crazy, honey. And they might have a party on each other.
Right.
But, bitch, I'm cuckoo. I know I'm cuckoo. I know I'm
See,
cuckoo.
I ain't cuckoo like that. Listen, it take me one time. I really, I just come to the realization. Okay, this person ain't
Monte
feeling
say he did.
me. I've just come to the realization that this person ain't feeling me. So let me just step off and just go on about my business.
If you don't
I don't
if
be
you
trying to
don't
get
make that
even
clear
and
to
all that
me
other
and
stuff.
stay with that, if you tell me you're not feeling me and just go about your business and live, I'm cool with that. I don't have a problem with that. But when you tell me today, "Oh, I'm not feeling you," and then we bump into each other at a bar and you standing there with me all night and dancing with me all night and buying me drinks, but I thought you said you wasn't feeling me. Cause see that right there wipes away the fact that you wasn't feeling me. That says you still feel the way I do. Cause if you didn't, you wouldn't be in my face all night buying me drinks and, "Oh, what you doing?" You go, I did it.
Oh, so you be giving the girls very fatal attraction realness.
Yes. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Because I will put your little cat in the motherfucking pot of hot water and you'll come home and gag. As little Daisy is dead in the motherfucking pot. And you like, "Ooh, what's that cooking?" And I'll season her up and make you think you got a nice little meal, honey. And it's little Daisy. I don't play that.
Oh, come home and my
Child, you
dog is
think
in the
I'm
pot.
lying? Ask my daughter. She'll tell you. My daughter will tell you in a minute. Honey, she crazy, bitch. Some of the shit she done did to people, that bitch is crazy. She would be like, "You did that?" I'd be
Oh,
like,
I don't
"Yeah, I did
believe I
that."
married this. What?
She'd be like, "Yeah, I did that." I'd be like, "Yeah, I did that, bitch." I'm the one who told her to cut her boyfriend's ear off. I said, "The bitch won't listen to you, bitch. Cut his motherfucking ear off." And she did.
Cut his ear
And
off.
she did.
Y'all are crazy. I ain't never been crazy about nobody like that. That's crazy. Now, last thing we're gonna talk about before we go, y'all, because it's getting late. It's almost 1 o'clock. It is. It's 1 o'clock.
I said
Jesus.
Friday fun, yeah. See, I done told y'all the story time of me being crazy, but I don't mind because I ain't crazy like that.
Let's talk
I
about
went to
this.
therapy for that. I just want y'all to know.
Mm.
I
I'm glad.
did,
I'm glad you sought out therapy.
but it didn't work. Because right after therapy, I did it again
Oh
to
Lord, have
somebody
mercy,
else.
Jesus.
And I did it to your girlfriend, Pat Rice, honey. Ooh. I tormented that bitch, honey.
Miss Pat Rice, honey girl.
Yes, honey. Ooh. She blocked me on all social media. I said, girl, you think that could stop me? Do you know how many names I could create in an hour? How many phone numbers I can get in 5 minutes on apps? Girl, I would call her and be like, so you still not going to talk to me? She'd be like, oh, God, and hang up on me. I was like, well, that number's a waste of time. Let me get a new one.
Oh, my Lord. I ain't never been like that.
Yes, honey. Cuckoo crazy, bitch. Mm-hmm.
No, see, if I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you. I'm just going to get you, honey. I ain't gonna be.
We think I said, well, we ain't got to worry about Tramel going nowhere.
Sure enough, ain't, honey. You ain't got to worry about that, honey. He gonna go crazy on me. But see, I'm a one-shot deal. I'm just a one-shot deal. I'm gonna get you in the moment. You ain't got to worry about me waiting behind no bushes and nothing like that.
Well, see, if I can't get you,
I just pop off.
It's different. If I can't get you in the moment, then I have no choice but to
I'm going to get you in the moment because I'm going to have you thinking everything is nice and peachy keen, honey. Are you thinking everything is
No,
good?
I can't. When the rage comes, honey, I have to hit you. If you, especially like the people that I've been face to face with, I have punched them in the face. Bitch. I have slapped them to the ground. I have yoked and strangled them because they was in my face. But then other bitches like, bitch. When you behind the closed door, what am I going to do?
I'm a sneaky bitch. I will have you thinking that everything is okay. And you'll be done came up in my spot or came over to my house. I'll be like, why don't you come over, just come over, watch TV with me. Okay. You'll get over there, child, and I'll be done slipped you something, honey. And when you woke up, honey, I'll be done tied you up so goddamn tight. I'll be done tied your ass up. I'll be done tied your ass up so goddamn tight and sat there and just cut your ass, cut you everywhere but the bottom of your motherfucking feet.
No, I'm
very sneaky like that. I'm very that. My father, my father said, you know what you do? You invite him over to dinner. First of all, you get you a 2x4 and you soak that in some oil in your backyard. Get you a nice 2x4. Invite them over to dinner. When they get over there, not and commence to wailing on that ass.
I don't see. I can't. My emotions run so deep and so hard, and like I said, that Aries fire, that little flame.
See, that's my crazy. That little flame start burning. Tie your ass up and beat the shit out of you.
And then when that flame just burns out of control, honey, everything and anything in my path is going to be set on fire because I can't do it. I sometimes, like you said, I'll be trying to sit down and be patient and plot. Mm-hmm. Child, I will sit up all night long, honey, because I can't.
Oh, child, I can come up with a master plan in a minute. I can come up with a master plan, child.
I will sit there.
And tie your ass up, honey, and you'll be like, please, Tramel, please untie me. Please untie me.
No, see, I did that in my mind.
I'll sit there and tie you up, and then I'll sit there and just stare at you. Just like
that. No, see, I did that in my mind, but in reality, I got to get you. Like, I need to get you immediately. Because if I don't get you immediately, I don't have the patience. You know me, I ain't patient. I ain't a patient person. I don't have the patience to sit and wait. Because I will sit like this all night long, just rocking like a crazy person. Rocking. Because I'm like, oh, okay, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Let me call this bitch now because they ain't going to think I'm going to call. And I call and the phone ring. And I know they look at it and be like, I know this crazy bitch ain't calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning. And when the answer machine come on, yes, bitch, I'm calling you, you stupid fuck. I'm still up because I'm plotting your motherfucking death, bitch.
Oh, I'm very patient.
I don't have patience.
I'm very patient. I'll sit down, honey. I'll come out with a master plan and write it down in the whole 9 and write up a manifesto and everything and come up with a master plan and get your ass.
No, I can't. I don't have the time. I don't.
I scared one of my ex-boyfriends so bad he had to leave town. He left town, honey. When I got finished with him, he left. He literally packed his house up and he left.
I don't like nobody playing with my feelings.
I'm the one that's gonna follow you all day. I'll follow you all day, and I won't come near you. I'll keep it very bit middle, very from a distance. I'll keep it very from a distance. I'll follow you everywhere you go, and everywhere you go, you'll see me somewhere. It's like I'll be just like, where's Waldo, honey?
As long as
You
you
ever
don't
seen
play
that?
with
You
my
ever seen that
feelings
little
and
puzzle? Where's
emotions,
Waldo? That's me
you ain't
with
never
the
gotta worry
glasses
about
on and
my
everything, and I'll be
crazy.
up in your face just like this.
It's only when you play with my feelings and emotions. Even if you cheat on me, I don't even. That ain't enough to bring out my crazy. It's just okay. You did what you did,
Oh, if you
bitch.
cheat on me, you got it. Oh, if you cheat on me, you got it coming. You got.
Oh no,
I'm
I don't
whooping that ass.
even. I
If
just
you
view it
cheat on
as
me,
you cheat
I'm
on
whooping that
me. I'm
ass.
like, child, whatever, bye, bitch. I ain't got time for that. Now that seems crazy because that's when you really think my crazy would come out, but it
I
don't.
almost went to jail for that. I took this one boy that cheated on me. I took Bengay and put it all over his dick.
I don't
When I tell you,
even.
he jumped up and he ran
Cause see,
around
I
that
guess when you
house.
cheat on me, it's your way of telling me you don't want me, and I'm okay with that. See, I'm a very direct person. As long as you tell me you don't want me or you don't love me, I'm done. It's when you start sending me mixed signals, when you say one thing, but then your actions start saying something different to me, is when now we got a problem. Because what are you doing? You're playing with me. You're not being upfront. You saying one thing, but you're doing something different.
Mm.
This ain't working for me. You trying to play me. You playing with my feelings and emotions. And then I start acting like a crazy lunatic. But cheating on me, no. That you telling me straight up, I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want nothing involving you. I don't love you. It's over, and I'm cool with that. But if you start telling me, well, I don't want to be with you, and, or I don't have feelings like that for you, but then 2 days later, you in my face kissing on me, and oh, you should come to my house, and da da da. No, wait. You just said 2 days ago, this ain't what you want. Now, this is what you want. I'm confused.
Mm.
And that confusion puts me into manic mode
Mm.
or maniac mode. And I start acting like a goddamn fool.
Mm.
And don't give a damn about it either. You want to tell your motherfucking friends? Tell them, bitch.
Mm.
Tell them. Child, let me tell you something. I have sent people emails telling them how much I love them and my undying love for them, just trying to plot to see them again so I could beat the shit out of them.
Mm.
I'm gonna
Mm.
show all my
I'm
friends.
not doing all that.
Show them, bitch.
I'm not doing all that.
Show them. I
I'm not.
want you to show them.
I'm not
And
doing
by
all
you
that.
at it, tell them I'm motherfucking crazy.
Mm. I'm not doing all that. But anyway, guys, it's late. It's 1:10, and we get ready to get out of here. But before we leave, we gonna leave y'all with a little word of prayer.
Really? After all the crazy?
Yeah, we're gonna leave y'all with a little word of prayer from T.S. Madison and Miss Sophia. And yeah, I'll just make sure y'all watching us on all social media platforms. Of course, y'all know what those are.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course right here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to become a part of McCrae Kingdom, hit that join button and become a lord or a lady or a knight at our round table because in July of 2022, membership will have its perks. Trust and believe that. And also check out the McCraeKingz boutique for everything McCraeKingz and Dare to Be Different. Also, if nobody told you they love you today, know that Tramel and I do as long as you don't play with my feelings and emotions. But as long as you don't play with my feelings and emotions, I love you. And with that being said,
We're gonna leave y'all with a little bit of word of prayer, and then we're gonna say goodbye. Here we go. We want to come to you right now, Father. We want to right now, right. Oh Lord, I want to come to you right now. My sister, she been hesitant, Lord. I know that you're listening high and you're looking low, Lord. Lord, let just hilarious know that you are in control. No matter who gets on the plane, and they got turbans on their head, or they got wig caps on, and they got long braids or bald braids. Lord, let her know that you are in control. I don't care who's the pilot. That's Bless American Airlines. Bless Jamaican Airlines. Lord, bless United Airlines. Lord, I want you to do something special for Spirit Airlines. Spirit ain't got the spirit. But when you got the spirit, it shows. When you got the spirit, it comes out. And when I go by the Spirit Airline counter, I don't feel nothing. That's why I keep going by Spirit. And I go to Delta and American and United. Sometimes I don't even want Southwest. But you gotta be careful in Southwest. I think that got something to do with Northwest. If you talk about Northwest, you talking about Kanye West. Yeah, Lord. Yeah, Lord. Yeah, Lord. Moved over this place. Yeah. I see it moving. Yeah. Listen, the Lord moving. So, play that footage. The Lord is moving, Vincent. The Lord is moving. He's moving. The Lord is moving. We need a white cap. Oh, Jesus. Oh, glory. Listen, I don't know how we got slain like this. Yeah, slain. Listen, the Lord has moved. You don't see him moving. But you feel him. You may not see him, but you feel him. You may not see him, but you feel him. Some people came to court tonight, but the Holy Ghost and changed it into church tonight. You came here for court, but the Holy Ghost and turned it into a revival. We need some sheep. We need some sheep. Stand in the spirit. She's trying to make some money. Shout out to T.S. Madison. Speaking of T.S. Madison will be the Grand Marshal for the New York Gay Pride Parade this season. So shout out to T.S. Madison. That was Miss Sophia and T.S. Madison from the Queen's Supreme Court. Shout out to them. And y'all, with that being said, we're going to get on out of here. Y'all walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness. And always remember, it's Team McRae.
All damn day.
Talk to you soon.
Later, y'all.
Y'all have a good morning.